What's going on, far, far away family? Welcome back to the show. Today, we're going to be talking about some Andor, episode 6, The Eye. But first, we got to drop that intro.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
At last, we will reveal ourselves.
Oh, I have a bad feeling about this.
You are now in Lightsaber Radio. If you only knew the power of gods.
Here it comes.
Let's go.
You are now tuned into Lightsaber Radio. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello there.
What's going on, everybody? We got one hell of a show because this was one hell of a show that we just got to watch today. So if you haven't seen this show, spoiler alerts is coming because we about to be talking about a whole bunch of stuff. I think this was one of my favorite episodes yet. It had a little bit of everything. It had just all kind of stuff in it that just made it amazing. And I'm about to break this show down for you guys and let you guys know. And we just lost CJ. What's going on, Star Wars team leader? What's going on, Chris? What's going on, Clinton, I'm sorry. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody's week been going so far? Everybody been doing good? I don't know what happened to CJ. He just disappeared. Oh, here he goes. He's coming back. Oh, he's coming back on. What happened?
I clicked the wrong button.
Clicked the wrong button and it kicked you off, huh?
Yeah,
it said, no, you can't talk about Andor today.
I went to look over at something and then I clicked and I was like, oh, yay. That's not what I wanted.
I'm not there. Yeah, this was definitely a great episode. We're going to have a lot to talk about because there was a lot of stuff going on. There was a lot of things I seen, a lot of references that they used. It goes back to Empire Strikes Back and Rogue One. And just, yeah, kind of goes forward to Rogue One. Something that's used. This was a very good episode. I really enjoyed this episode. Hopefully Garrison will be joining us. You know, he's doing a lot of tests. I don't think he's doing finals. He just started back, but I know he's doing a lot of tests and stuff. So he should be joining us here shortly as soon as he gets home. I don't know when he'll be home, but hopefully it'll be quick. But he's definitely gonna be running late. So CJ punked off today and he didn't get to watch the whole episode, so I'm about to spoil it for him too.
No!
I'm about to spoil it. Yeah, you got to be on top of it. You got to wake up. You can't be screwing around. I watched it 3 times already. This episode is
You're
great.
a different breed, bro. That's the thing. You're a different breed than I am. I enjoy my sleep. You're like a damn vampire. You sleep don't mean shit to you.
Hey, I enjoy my sleep.
When you want it. That's the difference. I don't get to choose it. You can choose it.
No, I don't really get to choose it. I got shit to do. You know what I'm saying? So when you got shit to do, it's either, sleep for 4 hours and get the shit done, or sleep for 8 hours and then not get the shit done. So there's too much shit. I'll get all the sleep I need when I'm dead.
See, that's what I'm saying. You're straight talking about sleep for the week, and motherfucker, I'm not weak. I'm just fat. And
hey, I'm fat too. Sleep. Shit, I'm freaking fat. With
5'10", 280.
Which is crazy because all I'm eating is freaking rabbit food because of damn MS, and I'm gaining weight. I don't understand it. I don't get it.
5'10", fucking 230. I enjoy my food and my sleep, and God knows I don't get enough sleep.
Your body only requires 4 hours sleep a day.
Yeah, but my body tends to like the 8-hour sleep for some reason, especially lately with the children.
Yeah, children do take a toll, but I just wait for them to go to sleep. Just make them go to
Yes,
sleep.
my
Give them
love,
some
I was
NyQuil. It
out.
works. That's
I
what I
was
used to do to
out.
my kids. I'm probably
That's
a bad
not
parent.
fair.
I'm probably a bad parent because I used to give my kids NyQuil. I put some NyQuil in they damn freaking drink just a little bit, just enough, and they be out. Be done. I'm a bad parent. But my kids all turned out great, so except for the youngest one. I don't know what's wrong with him. A little bit off the topic. Like, I want to ask y'all some questions. For all the parents that's in here, like, I don't know what to do. I do not relate to my youngest son at all.
I'm watching it now. Shut up, Chris. It's a little late for the weed and then watching the show. And I've already saw what you're talking about. And damn you.
He said smoke a lot of weed before you watch the episode. It will not disappoint you. It ain't going to disappoint you anyway because it's a great episode.
No,
it was good. It was really, really, really good. I really enjoyed this episode. Like, it had just a little bit of everything. It had action in it. It had suspense. It had, where Andor's kind of at. Oh, we got Garrison's here. He's popping up. I don't know what's taking so long. Is he going to click in? There he goes. I don't know why it does. It don't like you, CJ. It always sticks you on the bottom.
I'm
I don't know.
superior in every way. I'm just kidding. That was
Yeah, right.
But nah, it was a really, really good episode. I like
so good.
it was. I think this was probably one of the best episodes of Star Wars, anything that I've watched. I think the only thing that got me better on this episode was when Luke Skywalker walked out in The Mandalorian. When he came down that hallway, chopping down them thing, and he popped up and it was Luke Skywalker, that was like one of those defining moments in Star Wars. This episode was right up there with that. I have to, because it just tackled so many different points. It really did. The Foley was great on it. I'm trying to get the Foley artist that worked on this on the show because I want to talk to her. Because I'm like, dude, you are super dope on these sound effects. Whoever edited it and whoever did the Foley for this, oh my God. Like, and just the camera angles, just everything on this whole, like, I'm excited. This episode just made me super excited for Star Wars again. Like, it, like, it.
You know what made me super excited about Star Wars?
That you didn't get to watch this episode? You gotta transfer. Hey, the shelf for the
It's
that you're
a
doing for the
George
kids.
Lucas.
The shelf that you're doing for the kids, that shit look good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked nice. I really like that.
Well, so this old lady in my apartment complex that I'm working on, I'm running a new hydronic system for their water system. And I've been talking to her every day because nobody else fucking talks to her. Her husband's dead. Her kids don't want nothing to do with her. I talk to her every day. She's like 73. She's starting to get rid of
You're
stuff.
such a nice guy.
Well, she comes out and she asks questions, and nobody wants to talk to her. None of the guys on my crew are friendly. So I'm like, oh, yeah, no, this is what we're doing today. We might come into your unit and make sure, this is working for you still, but so on and so forth. And we just talk every day. And then the other day, I was talking to her about my sister's wedding, and she got my sister a wedding gift. And
that's
it
cool.
says,
She don't even know your sister?
No, she's like, I went to Goodwill. I hope it's good enough. And it's this sign in cursive that said, "This is our beginning." And it's in like
cool.
really sparkly silver. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. She really loved that. And she's like, and I got you something. And I'm like, why?
That's kind of weird.
Why?
Maybe she
hands
just
me
feels like you're like her grandson that doesn't visit her or something.
I don't know, but she gave me that shelf, and I'm like, oh, I know what's going to be perfect about that. I shoved it. I put screws in the wall and put it up on the wall, and I shoved all their Funko Pops on it and their figures, and it looks amazing.
That was a beautiful story.
You know what, Garrison? I'm sorry you're not cool enough to talk to old people and get stuff.
Hey,
sounded
so
like
here
it could be a TED Talk.
It's
in
not like
Columbia,
it's extortion, but I mean,
so in Columbia, the city I live in, we have like a bag system with the trash company because I work at the trash company. So if you don't have a bag with the city logo on it, we won't pick it up. And
Whoa.
yeah, it has to have the
Little
city
drastic.
logo on the trash bag, and they give you the trash bag for free.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Like, I ain't paying for
they
trash
give you
bag.
enough to do 2 a week. you could do 2 trash bags a week. After that, if you do more than that, you run out. We won't pick your trash up, or you have to pay for it. What's going on, Obi-Wan Kenobi?
What up, Obi-Wan? Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you back.
But so when they pick up, like a lot of the old people, you know what I'm saying, they be having some trash. So I'd be like, pick that shit up as an old dude. Yeah, I don't know. Take care of old people. Fuck, I'm old shit. One of these days. Ain't gonna be too long until I'm gonna be their age.
Well, before you say take care of them, there are some that need to be taken care of, and then there are some that just shouldn't be in society. Like, should not be let out of their house.
They shouldn't drive. I'll tell you that one damn
Oh
thing.
God, man!
Oh my God. Arizona fucking has so many old
Terrible.
people that drive. We got the
yeah, you get the snowbirds,
fucking-
dude.
oh,
you
it's
get the
hell.
snowbirds.
It's hell.
Okay. We gotta talk about Andor. We done got all off topic. We
Yeah.
talking
Yeah,
about
I watched. I
bookshelves.
just finished the whole
Andor?
episode. This
Dude.
episode, holy shit!
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey,
Dude, I'm telling you,
there ain't no
I'm
question.
Andor is like quickly catching up to Mandalorian. Like, it
Hey.
might get there.
I gotta tell you this. I gotta say this right off the bat. Right off the bat. Actually, I'm not even gonna say it. I'm gonna play the clip because I got the clip. I'm gonna play that shit.
No, all I gotta say is that I was right. I told you half of the freaking season is going to be the build-up, and then this next half is going to be another build-up. I wasn't fucking wrong. I want to hear, hey, CJ, you were right. I don't get it very often from you fucks. Give me the satisfaction of hearing,
Hey, I didn't
you
ever
were
say
right.
you was wrong.
I don't even remember you saying that, to be honest.
All right.
Ouch. I listen to everything you say, Garrison. I take it into
I
consideration,
was
and I'm
joking,
appreciative of your opinion,
too.
and this is what I get from you? Man, I thought we were cool.
That was hilarious.
I've had a bad day. Okay.
All right.
Do it for the vine.
We probably gonna.
Do it
I don't
for
know how
the
long
vibe.
is this. It's only 18 seconds. We might not get kicked off, but I'm sharing this part. This is the best part of the whole show.
When the kid got crushed, I did kind of like that.
I didn't.
I was sad that he was crushed, but I was like, dang, yes.
As soon
Like,
as it happened, I was like, oh no.
finally going through a mission and having casualties, like, this is great.
All right. Here we go.
Important casualties nonetheless.
Here we go.
And in shitty ways.
This is the best part.
Put that thing down. Catch our breath. Split up the winnings.
Oh, I love that part too.
He just cold-blooded shot that dude. Just shot the shit out of him. That's the best part of the entire movie or the
I love
entire
that he's
show.
Like, fuck the questions. Like, let's just shoot this guy now.
Like he just straight takes him out. Like no questions asked, no nothing, just Bob done. Done. That shit was the best. He was like, dude, we got a boom. We could just pop up there. We could just take all the money and just run, and we could split it for about 400 million, 400 million credits apiece, and it's gonna be great. Pow, done. And there ain't no question. There is no question. We know for a fact. Cassian shot first. The other dude wasn't even have a gun. There's no question about it. Can't nobody go back and change it. I seen it with my own 2 eyes. He fucking quick drawing his ass and shot the shit out of that dude.
Real fast, I
The
want to
Han
say
Solo
something.
we never got.
Right. I want to say something. I want to give a shout out to Red. He went to Salt Lake Comic Con and got this dope ass patch.
This is Scarif.
Yeah, that's dope.
This is Scarif. That's better.
I thought I'd say that before we really get into this because this was a good fucking episode. The visuals,
Okay.
the Foley, oh my.
So that was my favorite part. What was y'all's favorite part? Because that was my favorite part of the whole show.
Honestly, I think it was when the guy got crushed.
You're a monster.
Dude,
Hey,
I
that was a
like
good
how
part,
it's
though.
like realistic. Like shit happens. Like I don't know.
I don't know. Another great part was when she shoves that needle in his heart.
Oh yeah, the
And that's
freaking.
also what I liked about it is like because you're expecting, oh, we're gonna take him to a doctor, so automatically, oh, he's gonna live, whatever. They're taking him to the doctor, and he died. Like, when does that happen in a movie where they're like, let's take him to the doctor, and the guy still dies anyway? Love it.
Yeah, there's normally he made it. He's in a wheelchair and he
know.
hates everybody and yeah.
But although
No,
I guess Star Wars doesn't have a good track record with doctors. I mean, Padme died from literally nothing, so
Star Wars
She
team
actually-
leader is correct. I love the way he looked too. He just looked like he was pissed off, like you piece of shit. Like I'm gonna kill your ass.
I was
That
honestly
shit
kind of
was great.
surprised.
Dude, the whole episode, like from the beginning when they're talking, when him and the kid is talking in the beginning, and he was like, don't, you know what I'm saying, don't wish for things because you might just get them type shit. Like, yeah. The whole episode was just good. The way they was marching, they was doing it perfect. The dude was calling out that dude was a ex-stormtrooper.
Although I will say, I'm pretty pissed that all of my favorite characters from that little team they had have died. The only remaining ones are my least favorites.
What do you mean? Andor is your least favorite character?
Well, besides Andor. I was
about to say.
The two girls aren't really, I don't know, they were both kind of like...
Hey, did y'all see the little handhold and tell me you're gonna be okay?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I think
they got something going on. I think they got
they
some
definitely
Star
do.
Wars lesbian shit going on. I wish they'd come out with a video.
They said it earlier
Shut
when they
up.
introduced her. They're like, oh,
I would've watched it.
I caught that. I don't think he did. I caught that though. No, my favorite part is when the guy who's in the base, who's supposed to be like a sergeant in the base, he sat there and he's like, "You're gonna hang for this." He's like, "For the things I've done for you, that's the least of my worries."
Like, I deserve to be, like... Yeah.
Like, I love that part because just that was a big fuck you. Like, you're gonna work, and then he had a heart attack, and it's like, man, nothing says satisfaction more than that piece of shit dying.
One thing that did kind of bother me, though, is like they've got all these different kind of weapons in their firefight, and not a single one is full auto. Like, what is this? Come on. Like,
Hey, they was holding AK-47s and they couldn't even shoot full
Not
auto.
a single one is full auto. I'm like, come on.
Okay, old boy that died though, I loved his quick draw with that big ass rifle though. Like when he turned around that corner and shot that first guy off that like on that ledge, I was like, I ain't mad. Like that was impressive. Like I didn't. Out of all the people who was gonna shoot first, you were the last person I was thinking that was gonna fire. I thought he was gonna be. I thought the kid was gonna get in a good screaming firefight. And I don't even remember seeing him fire.
Yeah, he shot the dude that was choking Andor. He shot him in the back.
The guy.
Oh,
Cassie,
yeah, he shot him in the back.
Shot one guy. He shot
Hey,
one dude.
Chris said he really liked the part when the Empire dude gentrifies the native people by placing the things along the path to break their tradition. Really painting a good picture of how terrible the Empire is. That's a good point.
That's a great point.
And they're fully semi-automatic blasters. That's a good one, Chris.
Jesus.
Star Wars team leader said the doctor's eyes bothered me. The only thing I didn't like about the entire episode was the stupid AK-47 looking things. That is,
I was fine.
dude, that
I'm just
shit
like,
bothered me.
You're
Like,
telling me not one person is shooting full auto. Not one person.
Nope.
the only thing that I think that I've seen fully automatic in Star Wars, like period, is like them one Gatling gun looking blasters. The one that they're standing behind. They're like, I think that's the only one that I've ever seen in Star Wars.
I've seen all these guns in Battlefront. They're all full auto. Bullshit. Like, I played the game, Kyle. I know what I'm talking about.
I didn't ever watch. I didn't ever play the game, so I don't know.
Oh man, I know. Every one of them, they have a different trigger setting. I know what can happen here. You can have a sniper, single bolt. You can have burst, and you can have a fucking full auto. You get 3 options.
Well, they didn't switch over. They switched because they was only shooting one at a time. Okay, did you guys catch any of the Easter eggs in this?
Easter eggs.
Yeah, like the hints to other Star Wars projects and shit,
No,
or other Star Wars.
Like, did y'all catch the Easter eggs? The Yeezy Easter eggs?
Shut up, Gary. Okay, I'm gonna name off the Easter eggs that I caught. Okay, first, this is the first time that we hear of a stormtrooper leaving and joining a rebellion. First Order trooper is not a stormtrooper. They're considered something different. That's the first time you ever hear of a stormtrooper leaving.
Stormtrooper?
Yeah, stormtrooper.
He said what stormtrooper?
The one dude that you like, the black dude.
He's not a stormtrooper.
He used to be a stormtrooper.
I thought he was an Imperial officer.
Yes, you go up in ranks.
Okay,
He used to be a stormtrooper.
He used to be.
He used to be a stormtrooper, and he defected to the
Rebellion.
To the rebellion. Shot out to Empire Strikes Back with call sign Echo Base. Then there was the what else was it? How I don't understand why the Empire is just stupid. Why does everybody just get underwater and just get into their bases? Because they use a little underwater thing. The girls use a little underwater thing to get into the base. Just like on Obi-Wan did in Obi-Wan Kenobi show.
Swam and then they climbed up a ladder.
And then Cal Kestis does it to break into the Inquisitor base, and Obi-Wan did the same thing to break into the same base.
They swam and then they climbed up a ladder.
But they had to. They was underwater because they had to. That's what that little thing is that they was carrying. They was holding on to that under the water.
Yeah.
That was like a little propeller thing that propelled them underwater. That's what they were using. That's what the girls used.
Okay, I guess I just misheard you then.
The four-arm alien dude, this is not a thing, but this is just something he's never been in any type of Star Wars. We've never seen. This is a brand new alien because he kind of looks like a bigger Boba Fett, not Boba Fett, but Babu Freak, and then he kind of looks like
No, he looks like Maz Kanata.
He looks like a cross between them two. Yeah, we already brought up Cassian shot first. There ain't no trick around it. It was definitely, we know that Han shot first. Everybody knows from they watched the original trilogy before George Lucas that Han shot first. It's another point where Cassian shot first. The return to the Senate, all the pods were back. So they done fixed, this has been long enough that they done fixed all the pods from when Yoda and Obi-Wan,
No,
Yoda
they just left it
pod.
like that. It was an executive order from Palpatine. We leave the pods all fucked up so we can honor my legacy and how that one time I almost got killed by a little green alien dude.
Another thing was they brought up the
holiday.
Gamorreans. The Gamorrean massacre, they talked about it in the little thing with the when what's her face was talking, Mon Mothma, and then the Empire controlled the holonet, and how he knew that quick of what had happened. That dude knew the next like morning about the rebel attack on the planet. That was the ones that I caught. And I know there's probably more. I know if you go on YouTube, well, we're on YouTube, but if you go over there and look, that one dude, he always does like 73 or 150
Easter eggs? Dang.
No, team
Star
leader.
Wars team leader.
No.
He says Chewie shot him in the back. Chewie wasn't even there. Chewie done left. Chewie done left the building. Oh, just another thing, guys. I am working on the website. I showed CJ. Well, I got like a little bit of that I've done so far, so it should be up by the end of the month. Because this is taking way longer than I thought it was going to take. It used to be simple to make a fucking web page or a website. Like you could just, click and drag and just make that shit. Now this shit is difficult as shit, man. Like, God, why you could freaking do all this shit? Like before, you just took some pictures and popped them up and, created some pictures, and then now you can put videos and all kind of shit in the damn website. Like, dude, this is dope. I mean, it's way better, but I haven't made one in 10 years. Technology has came a very far way, even though it doesn't look like it in Andor. Because Andor looks. Have you noticed that like there was no that the forearm dude, and then when Mon Mothma is talking, that's the only time you see aliens in this entire episode.
Yeah, no, and that's weird. Like I like it due to the fact that we're so used to like seeing.
You're a racist. No, I joke. I'm playing.
You know what?
You're
Help
an alienist.
Palpatine! There you go. You happy? You fuck. You found out my secret. No, I like it because like in the original trilogy and in like the prequel and the sequel, we see a lot of aliens. We get slapped with a lot of aliens. Same thing with Boba Fett, Book of Boba Fett slapped with a lot of aliens. With this, it's like we don't really see humans that often, unless if they're the main characters. We don't get to see, different planets with different humanoid species other than, like I said, main characters. So we're getting all sorts of characters in the background and in like serious positions, and it's nice. It's nice to not see the mistreatment of aliens, first of all, because they're only backgrounds and they don't get moments unless if it's like Chewie. Like Chewie's probably had more iconic moments than any other alien, other than like Bosk's 5 seconds of glory in Empire.
Well, they're just not a great deal. I just don't get why there's not that many aliens. You think there would be aliens on this planet, like different species, different aliens? Shit, I should have just went and looked at the damn news. Every single news article that is about Andor's fucking Easter eggs. So I'm gonna have to read through some of these so I can find out what other ones I missed.
We just didn't see them because they got drunk on the way there. Remember? Like that probably explains it.
That's just the ones that I caught. And there's like, this motherfucker says 75 Easter eggs. Like, this is all in the news. Like, holy shit, there was 75 of them motherfuckers? I seen 6, 7 maybe.
Can we talk about the meteor shower, though?
That shit was
meteor
dope.
shower. The visual on the meteor shower is even better. Like, I thought, oh, it's going to be just like a zoom. Like what we see here on, like, here.
That
when
shit,
we're outside.
okay. Like, how are them people, like, not dying? Like, because that shit's in the atmosphere. Like, where are them damn things landing at?
They're not. They're burning up.
Because that shit was like, I don't know. They was taking them damn freaking...
yeah, that's true. They're taking the TIE fighters out, and they're not that
yeah,
high.
so shit.
And they're not that high when they're taking the TIE fighters out.
Like, dude, is all the people on this planet about to die? Is that shit flying towards them?
Maybe they're going so fast that they're not even landing.
Did y'all catch it?
Going through the atmosphere and like going out like.
It might be. I don't know what the hell was going on. That shit was crazy. It looked good though. That shit was dope.
Or it's like Hoth, the scattered meteor showers. On Hoth you get the 1 or 2 here and there. It might just like hit the gravitational pull of the planet and spread. You never know.
Or it's like
it was cool looking though. It was really cool
looking.
That's
why the locals all know about it. One time a year, the entire Earth just gets bombarded.
On one side of it,
People dying everywhere, just like Armageddon. Every 5 or 6 years, we have literal Armageddon on our planet.
Did y'all see the part where they hand each other the same shit, like when they're trading gifts? Like that the main commander of the Empire dude and the head of the little cult people walking to see the shit.
The head
they handed him like he hands him like a brown like fur. And then the other dude turns around and hands him the exact same thing. Like, here you go. And then the other dude threw his shit in the fire. He was like blue. Like, what the fuck? Like, I was like, holy shit.
Did you see that they had like terminated almost 540 fucking people off that planet, and there's only 60 left?
No. That's not what he was saying.
I thought that's what he was talking about. He got rid of
No. What he was saying is, what he was saying was the way that they did shit. So when that like people like 15,000 people was coming, and then like the year before that, like 500 people came, and now there was like 70 or 60 people was coming. So they're like slowly dwindling it down to people don't want to come see the shit. That's what he was saying. And then then they were talking about turning them into, forced labor on their asses to build their new base on top of this temple.
Okay, we're not going into history here, team leader. We as Americans know we fucked over the Indians. That is why the Indians...
Chewie had left knowing Greedo was there. It's like cowboys and Indians with a train robbery, like the Indians and the cavalry. It was like, yeah, everybody's going to die if the meteors hit. I just was wondering because shit's coming down because he's like, go up. And he was like, nah, what do you mean go up? He was like, go down. Like, how did they know at which way to go? Like, how impossible that would be to predict.
Yeah. If they're talking about how precise it needs to be and he's saying go up and he doesn't go up for literally like 2 minutes before he actually pulls up, like, I'm pretty sure they would have gotten hit by then, but that's okay.
I don't know. It was cool. It was a cool scene though. I liked it. Because the dude gets crushed, then they stab him in the heart, then he's still trying to tell him the thing. Like, dude, this shit is a lot going on. Andor's like, I don't know where to go. Which way to go?
Yeah.
Somebody tell me which way to go. We're all gonna die. I thought,
that whole flying scene, along with the lack of any full auto weaponry, were the two biggest problems for me. I think.
my only thing was like, nah, that really didn't bother me that much. The only thing that bothered me was the AK-47s. Like, dude,
Yep.
that shit it looked
was
just like
so-
AK-47. Like, y'all didn't even put some
Didn't even
wires on
try.
it, or you know what I'm saying? Y'all just handed them AK-47 and say, here you go. We're gonna use this. Like, dude, this looks like AK-47. It doesn't even look like put some wires on it. You know, do something. Like, make it look like freaking Kylo Ren's lightsaber or some shit, you know, with just wires on the outside. Do something. Like, do any type of, it just looks like a AK-47. That's the only thing I had a problem with. That was the only thing that I disliked about this, because that shit, and then the blaster bolts was coming out. I'm like, what? This shit just looks stupid. Like, why does this look like that? Like, dude, I hate this part. Like, it ruined the gunfight scene for me, just seeing that. Like, oh, man, y'all could have done better than that. Like, wrap some duct tape on that motherfucker or something. Do something to make that shit look more like a, you know, like a blaster than a AK-47. Like, I thought bullets was going to start coming out. Like, they're really going to shoot bullets at these people. Like, I was kind of hoping they shot bullets. Like, look, shit, they got real guns. They can't even afford blasters. They're so broke. They got to get real bullet guns.
That would actually be kind of cool. I want to see that.
I was kind of hoping for that.
Them making like muskets.
You gotta-
ready line, aim.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, why Star Wars team leader brought up a really good point. Why was they loading all that shit by hand?
Yeah,
It was like just grab and go. They didn't have no, no
It's
heavy
because nobody
machinery.
was
They didn't have no.
Where was the
reason-
forklift?
Yeah.
Come on now.
Or like, why they didn't even have one of them roller things?
Right? No. They explained it earlier. It's not a plot hole. Earlier he talked about because the special like little meteor shower, some guys were getting a nice break. So the only guy who's forklift certified was off that night. So
Yeah, that makes sense. The heister driver was busy watching the meteor shower.
I
And
got you.
yeah, no, I appreciate you covering up that plot hole.
Yep.
Like, they didn't even have like them roller things you see in like Home Depot and shit. Did they roll the shit on? They can just push it and it just rolls over to the next person and then they push it. They didn't even have one of those. They was literally pushing damn carts up the thing. And then the head dude for the Empire, when he was like, tell him, that dude just drops dead of a heart attack. Like, yeah. I thought that shit was hilarious. Like, this dude just have a heart attack in the middle of the battle. He was like, that other dude didn't give a shit if he died. He was like, 7 years dealing with your ass. I don't care if I die. Like, I'm willing to die. He was like, yo, hang for this. He worked for you for 7 years. Shit, that would be an easy way out.
A boss can be a powerful motivator.
Yes.
That's CJ.
Oh, I know firsthand.
Shit, I know firsthand too. I seen the craziest shit on Monday. Or actually it was last Friday. One of the freaking tires blew off the front end of a trash truck. The shit hit the ground, skidded. All the other bosses that showed up they went straight to the truck and didn't even talk to the two employees that was on there. I was the only one that talked to them. So I was like, wow, like, y'all don't give a shit. Y'all don't give a shit about your employees.
Shit.
All I know is that I liked the part where he... Shit. My bad. I like the part where at the end when he's holding the blaster and she's insisting he takes the book. I wonder if that fuels Cassian to join the rebellion a little bit more.
I want to know what the
he's gonna
journal
be
is.
something. It's gonna be like Mein Kampf or something. He's gonna be
I want to know what that journal that she handed Andor at the end.
That's what we're talking about.
That's what we're talking about.
I know. That's what I said. I want to know it. I want to know what that shit says. It got to be. Somewhere, somehow, they got to bring in the fact, like his sister. Like his sister's like a slave. Like his sister's like a slave in the to the Empire. Like the Empire enslaved her.
He's gonna find,
and he's gonna join the rebellion to get back to his sister. That was like his original. Why he did. It's gonna be something like that because we know
that little book is the guy's diary, and that guy fantasizes about his sister and stalks her.
And gives him the where she's.
That's
at.
why Cassian fucking hit the thruster so hard leaving, just to kill him. You know.
He had already read it beforehand.
Right. He slept a little hard that day.
That's it. Cassian had a plan to take out every other member of that team. Think about it. He's like the black guy, he'll have to get shot, so we'll just put him out with no cover. The other guy, I'll shoot him afterwards. That guy's stupid enough to just hit the gas really hard, he'll fall over and kill himself.
Dude, could you imagine that though? How fast they was going and that thing hit him?
Yeah, dude. And
Dude, that shit would hurt so bad. Yeah. Dude, that shit, I'm surprised that dude's whole rib cage and everything wasn't crushed. He talking about, I can't feel my legs. You shouldn't be breathing. Your fucking ribs should be in your lungs.
How heavy do you think that thing was?
That shit had a lot of coins on there.
Oh, yeah.
That shit. I don't know how heavy them things was, though, because you got to think about it. They was picking them up one at a time like a person was. So they couldn't have been that heavy. But you put, 40 of them on a roll thing or, however many there was, it's going to be pretty heavy.
Like force equals mass times acceleration. And
that shit. And you got all scientific on us and shit.
That was math, but okay.
Chris says, I think that he took the manifesto because of the talk that they had at the beginning, where he said that he didn't care who he was, but he was thankful he was there. It's possible. The blonde Imperial is going to be his sister. That's a Star Wars team. That'd be a fucked up plot twist. His sister's part of the Empire. Hey, haven't they done that already?
If his sister is a part of it, and he runs into her and he has to kill her. Hey,
Chris, I don't think that they had time. They was kind of on a time crunch to get the hell out. I don't think they had time to, secure everything down. It's a good idea, but when you're robbing somebody, I don't think you think about it that much. When you're robbing the Empire, you're trying to get the hell out of there.
Hey, man,
Hold on.
Dumbass. When you leave, okay, I've left job sites forgetting to strap shit down. When you're on a time crunch and you got to get back in time, like on Wednesdays, I got on a time crunch today. I had to haul ass and get back here, feed the kids, make sure they're in bed, just so I could at least watch the episode and talk about it. Fuck you. I don't strap shit down. If it falls out, we'll replace it. I don't care.
You're going to fuck somebody up. You're going to kill somebody. It's going to be like, what's that, Final Destination when the shit flies off,
hey man,
goes through the window, bust that motherfucker in the face. Yeah, that's it. That's what you
said you work construction for like roads and shit?
No, I run. Hold on. I will explain where your tax dollars are going. I don't work right now. It's not a federal contract, so it's not your tax dollars. This is somebody's personal account funding my bank account.
Back when I worked for GE, I remember one time we forgot to shut the door and the refrigerator rolled out on the middle of I-70. Fell out right in the middle of the damn highway. We had to stop at the highway, pick that bitch up, put it back in the truck. It was all fucked up too. It was a brand new refrigerator.
That's dope.
Because I forgot to strap it down. The back door was open in the truck.
You talking about that? I have never had anything fall out of the back of the truck except for an empty box. You had a whole fucking refrigerator?
Yeah, that shit fell out. I was happy that nobody got killed because if that shit would have landed on somebody's car, it would have fucked that. It was a big ass side-by-side refrigerator.
Chris, I agree. This is why I don't have nice things. I have children and I haul ass everywhere because I'm always on a time crunch. I don't have nice things. The nicest thing I have is maybe a decent, my hat collection and my Star Wars collection. That's the nicest shit I got. That's about it.
Yeah, I've had some mishaps over the years from not tying shit down. But I don't think they had time to tie anything down. They were trying to get the hell out of there. And what kind of ship like launcher was that? It was like a damn
That was dope.
freaking train that fucking flew out of the mountainside. That flew. It was like dude, how's that thing flying? Ain't got no wings. It's not even. It looks like a fucking turd. Like, how's this shit flying? It's just a turd with boosters on it. Like, what the hell? And then for them to outrun the damn TIE fighters, I was like, oh hell no, they ain't around that big piece of turd like they're here and outrun the TIE fighters.
You know how we outrun them? Go up. What?
I don't know how he was going up and down. Like the damn thing didn't have no wings, no rudders, no nothing. It was just a flying turd.
Hey, man, I work on sewage. Those turds can fucking fly. I do sewage work, man. That's all I do. I do excavation work to put new sewer lines in. If a turd's got a will, it's got a fucking way, and it will fly if it has to.
Power of shit.
The power of
CJ
shit
comes
is
home every day
fascinating.
smelling like shit.
No, actually, I don't.
We're gonna start calling you
I make
shit
other
boy.
people. I make other people get in the hole and smell like shit. I just tell them what to do and go buy the fun stuff for it.
You're the asshole.
No, actually, I'm not. Because my thing is, I have a
So
rule.
when we
I
ride by a
won't get in the
construction
hole.
site and we see people replacing a pipe and it's one guy working and 5 guys standing there talking, you're those guys?
No,
You're part
I'm
of those
actually.
guys.
So my biggest rule is, and this is serious here. My biggest rule is I won't put somebody in a hole that I won't get into. I'm not that kind of boss. If I wouldn't even go in there, why
You
the
just
hell?
admitted not going into it.
No. What I'm saying, listen though. If I wouldn't get in that hole, I would not shove you in that hole. Why would I make you do something I wouldn't get down there and do with you? That's my biggest rule. If I'm not going to get down there, you're not going down there. That's plain and simple. But if I will go down there with you and we'll fucking dig that trench out or we'll dig out a sewer line, that's cool. I work more than I tell people what to do because I work with a bunch of idiots, so I have to do most of the work. But I also answer phone calls. I fucking have to buy supply shit. I have to talk to 16 different reps to find one fucking part. Sorry, it's been a stressful week so far.
Yeah, that's just because of the inflation and the trucks and shit and everything
It's
going on.
crazy.
My brother was telling me because my brother does waterproofing, and he's been doing it for years. And he said that they can't get none of the chemicals. They can't get none of caulking, and they can't get none of the shit that they got to get. They shit is out like 6-8 months and shit. Like
it takes. So we are doing a hydronic line system, which is a high pressured hydronic system that comes from a hydronic room. And it's pressurized up to like, I think 30 pounds of water pressure that goes and disperses through all the apartments. The pipe we're using is brand new. It's like, I think there's only 6 states that are making it a requirement, and Idaho's about to make it a requirement. It's called Upanor. That shit is expensive. This job, when we first were going to do it, it was going to cost us maybe $1 million. We're at $3 million right now on this job site because this shit's expensive. And it's high priced. You got to have specialty tools. It took us almost 8 weeks to get the pipe. It's taken us another 6 weeks to get the parts. And then we're running short, so we have to call reps. It's like, God, to see if this is what happens when the Empire rules the White House. Just saying.
Hey, Clint, what do you mean? Hey, wait for the crazy guy to say, I'll do it.
Oh, the guy about putting the guy in the hole. If I won't get in, I won't shove another guy in there. He's talking about wait for the crazy guy to show up, and then he'll say he'll do it. Which I do have that guy. I do have one guy that'll be like, I don't give a fuck. I'll get in that hole as it's collapsing. The trench is falling in on itself. I'll do it. He also likes to get workman's comp because he's been injured 6 times so far. So
I'll do it. We die.
I'll do it. That way I can
Not
get
afraid to put my body on the line.
so I
he
don't have to
stood
work.
in front of a bucket of a 50G excavator and got hit. And he was this guy, dead ass. I'm moving this X, and like he was nowhere in sight. He wasn't even supposed to be in my area.
He's like, it's my son's birthday this week. Let's go. Ah!
No, really, no. I'm sitting there and I'm digging out this dirt, and I went to swing and dump the bucket, and he's right in front of the pile. So what do? I wreck him going 5 miles an hour with this bucket, and it throws him. He gets up, and he's looking at himself, and I'm like, you good? He's like, I'm good. And he walks off, and you can see the damn it face on him. Like, he was pissed because he wanted to get hurt.
He's stupid shit.
I blew up on him. Like, dude, I could have fucking killed you. I could have swung that faster and took you out. If I would have been up higher, I could have taken your head off.
He's like that first Imperial guy that went to go down the stairs. You knew you was gonna get shot first.
Oh yeah, man, you're gonna die. Like,
So, do you guys think that guy that brought up the newspaper article was that the dude, or brought
What
up
do you
the HoloNet news thing about what had happened? Do you think was that the dude in the place? Was that the crazy dude that mom slapped him? Kind of looked
No.
like him.
no,
It wasn't
it's
him. Okay,
No.
I didn't go
not.
back
No,
and really
looked-
check it, but I was like,
paying
dude, is that the
attention to
dude?
that. I was really paying attention to that part because I was like, oh, this is gonna play a big factor. And I looked at it and I'm like, man, that looks like that boy that'd be getting pimp slapped by his mama, but that ain't him.
I don't know. I thought it was him. It kind of looked like him.
It did, but why would he was kicked out of the security thing unless if his uncle made some moves.
I wonder who that
I'll go
guy
back through
is
and look
then,
over
because
it.
why would they point that out? Like, because they kind of pointed that out, kind of the way that they did it was to make it look like he was somebody of importance. So I don't know. I think we're gonna see that dude again.
Oh yeah. Give me a second. I'll pull it up on my TV. I'll do a double take real fast.
What is the? So I already said my favorite part. What was your favorite part, CJ? Because me and Garrison said ours.
I said mine.
What was yours?
When he fucking sat there and told old boy that the things I've done for you I should be like hung for.
Oh, okay.
Or that
okay,
wouldn't
okay,
be
okay.
that wouldn't be the worst thing or whatever. That's my favorite part because that to me is like what you want to tell your boss every day. Like, oh, you'll get fired for this. Man, for the things I've done for you, I should have been fired a long time ago.
Because you suck.
So what would you guys rate this episode? Everybody
Oh,
throw out there.
A solid 8.5.
See, I was gonna go 8.5, but then I got thinking about it, and we were talking about like all the things we didn't like about it, so I dropped it down to an 8.
Shit. I don't know. There was only one thing I didn't like about it. I didn't like the AK-47 thing. I didn't like that. So I'm giving it a 9. Other than that, that shit was a great ass episode.
The AK-47 thing dropped me down to a 9. Or
And that's
dropped me
what
down
dropped
to
me
an
down
8.5.
from being like the fucking 9.5, because you can't get a 10. 10 is perfect. We've already stated that. I'll never give a fucking episode a 10.
You can.
I ain't
It's
never gonna
just
see it. There's gonna be
extremely
one
rare.
thing that's wrong that's gonna in everything that's done.
I'm
There's gonna be
saying if
something.
God himself came down and made a movie, it could be a 10.
Yeah,
No.
maybe God.
George Lucas.
Hey, wait,
is
wait. God wrote
George
the.
Lucas is God.
Wait, wait a
George
minute. Wait a
Lucas
minute.
came
God
out
told
and
people
made
to write the Bible and they still fucked that up. So you know what I'm saying? There's all kind of contradictions in the Bible. So even God's living word isn't a 10. Clint, you're tripping. There's no such thing as a 10. It can't be a 10.
I don't.
10
I
is
don't-
perfect.
yeah,
That
10
means
is
it's completely perfect. There's not one mistake. There's a mistake in everything. So a 9.5 is like the best score that I could ever give
I'm
anything.
even, like, no girl is even a 10 except for Addison, but that's because we're married. You know?
I don't know, man. Beyonce
Addison's
might
the
be
only
a
10
10.
who's a girl, like only girl who's a 10. So it's like it's just not a thing. Like, you know,
What about Natalie Portman?
not
You
a
don't
10.
think-
She's a solid 9.5.
Hey,
She's
there's a video
solid
out there.
9.5.
There's a video out there. She can't be a 9.5 if she's not ape shit nuts. And if she's not okay, so this video, this guy explains something.
Yeah,
He's like,
it's
if
called a
she's a
unicorn. It's a unicorn. That's what.
or
Addison-
she's a dude.
Or she's a dude.
Well, this guy's explaining is like if she's a 9.5 and her crazy match is 9.5, that's fair. But if she's a 10 and she's not crazy, she's probably a dude.
She's a dude.
Get over.
Nah, 9.5 is probably the highest I could ever go on anything. I'll never give anything a 10.
9.5.
Like 9.5, and I don't think I've ever gave anything a 9.5. 9, this is high. Because the only other thing that I've
dude.
gave a 9 out of everything that we talked about was the Mandalorian when Luke Skywalker came in. That was a great episode. And then
Well,
they
I
just
would say-
capped it off with Luke Skywalker coming in. That's what pushed it up to a 9.5. Because I think the episode I rated like an 8. I was like, this is about an 8. And then Luke Skywalker came in and just wiped everything out. And that shit was dope. And it was young Luke Skywalker.
Dude,
and I was like, oh, this is the
For
best
me,
shit
though,
ever.
like,
9.5.
Andor as a whole, when all the episodes work together, is like an 8.5. I would say, like it's good.
What are they rating it on Rotten Tomatoes? And
Good question.
No,
Let me
so
look
that guy that's in the antique store reading the newspaper, that's not him. That's a different
kind of
guy.
looks like him though.
But I don't it does. No, I just pulled it up. It's not him.
I wonder if I
He's gonna be
guarantee you, the
important,
dude
though.
that's reading that newspaper thing, we're gonna see him again. He's
Oh,
somebody
yeah.
because they pointing him out for some reason.
They really zoomed in and focused on his face.
Yeah,
too.
so that's
Rotten Tomatoes ranks it at 9.1, and then audiences have it at an 8.2.
So we're about
Or
right.
82,
I mean,
82. I'm sorry, 91% and 82%. But yeah,
dude, that's just
Yeah.
still high. I mean,
so
shit.
good.
I think IMDb is like an 8.7. Is what IMDb rated it, or it's 8 point something. That's still shit compared to. Which, I don't know, it's kind of hard because, when you really look at it, it's like they rated Book of Boba Fett like really high. And it's like, what the hell were y'all thinking? What was y'all watching? But then you got to think about who is rating it too. You got to think about that. Like, is it a bunch of 14-year-olds? Yeah, they're going to love the Book of Boba Fett.
And it's because how Rotten Tomatoes does their score. I don't like it. So because you can
Maybe
have
we should start our own.
everybody who watches it thinks the show's okay, it's going to have a high score on Rotten Tomatoes because Rotten Tomatoes ranks the number of people who rank it above 2.5, and that's the percentage. You know what I mean? So 82% of people who watch Andor ranked it above 2.5 stars. You know what I mean?
Hey, I
That's what
agree.
gives it the score. So if everybody thinks the show is a 3, that doesn't mean it's a good store. That doesn't mean it's a good show, but Rotten Tomatoes will have a really high score for it.
They should have a better system.
But yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I think, why doesn't nobody have a better system? Maybe we should put that on the website and have everybody go rate everything on the website. When I get the website done, we'll become the new Rotten Tomatoes.
The
We'll give you the
official,
real scores.
Star Wars Rotten Tomatoes.
Give you the real scores. Let everybody really rate the shit and then break how they do it on Amazon where you got people that rated it shit 1, people rated shit 2, people rated shit 3, people rated shit 4, people rated shit 5, and then it has a little bar and then it gives you the overall score.
Yeah.
They should do it like that.
But it's also hard because inherently that system's a little flawed because the only people who care enough to rate it are people who either really liked it or really hated it. People who didn't really care usually don't rate anything. So
maybe it'll give somebody the opportunity because you got to think about it. When you break it down, if we rate things, if we rated each Star Wars, if we rated each movie, each episode of a show or a show in total, if we rated these things and all the fans would come in and rate them, then Disney would have, okay, the fans really like this shit. Let's make more shit like this. Oh, and we fucked up because I think it was on Saturday. We didn't talk about I don't remember us talking about, I could be wrong, but we didn't talk about fucking, did we talk about it? Fucking Keanu Reeves.
Yes.
We did. This shit is pissing me off. It is. Because he's going to be fucking Ghost Rider and he needs to be Revan. And it's making me mad that he's going to go join the MCU instead of joining fucking.
No, that's just the gateway. How do you think about this? Think about this. They open the door. He does that. He enjoys that. They continue the Johnny Blaze story or whatever because he's going to be Johnny Blaze. He's not going to be any other Ghost Rider. And then you got Marvel right there next, or Star Wars right next to Marvel in the same office building. And they'd be like, hey, man, you said you would do this if the story was right. What do you think of the story?
Dude, all I got to do is use the fucking book.
That's the thing.
Book is amazing.
Do you really think Disney's going to fucking do that? No.
No.
Disney's not going to do that. So what they're going to do is they're going to keep pitching him movies for Revan until he likes it or until he says, I will do it on one condition. I get to agree on what the story is about Revan. That's what I'm saying.
Just do the fucking book. The book is amazing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Keanu Reeves even openly stated he enjoys the books. He enjoys the story, that he would literally be there for it. So give it time. I will let it happen.
I just have a feeling that he's too big of a star. Once they put him in Marvel, he's not gonna want to do Star Wars. And he's getting old, man. Pretty soon he's gonna be too fucking old to play Revan. Can't play Revan and end up walking with a cane.
That's true. That's true. But you do it like years down the road, like where like everybody has like a chance to like grow up. You could do Timothy Chalamet, like the kid from Dune. I feel like he could be Revan when he grows up.
Nah, man. The only person that can be Revan is fucking Keanu Reeves. And they've been talking about it for 10 fucking years, man. It's or longer than that. They was talking about it before the sequel trilogy came out.
I feel like if they give him a good story. Well, he also said he would love doing that role if they give him the right story. Give him the right story and he will do it. Do you think Disney's going to do the book? Hell no. They're going to make it all lovey-dovey, fancied up, kind of childish.
There's lovey-dovey in that shit because him and his wife is in the beginning of the book. He's married. Shit.
I know.
Bullshit. No Revan book is going to be happy, lovey-dovey.
And then he leaves because he's going to protect his child. He's trying to figure out what the fucking, because the Jedi wiped his mind. It's a great fucking story. Exactly. Just use the book, make the fucking movie. Boom. Great. Fucking great. It'll be the best Star Wars ever made.
But they're not going to do that.
Because fucking Disney is idiots, man. Like, fuck, come on, man. Use the books.
I feel like Keanu will throw out
I want to see them do Dawn of the Jedi. I really do. Because they don't even have lightsabers yet. They can use the Force, but they use them regular metal swords. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Like, Dawn of the Jedi is a great book. Like, do some of the books. Do the fucking books. Like, you already got a script, a book right here. Here you go. You ain't even got to work hard. They ain't going to do that. I'll tell you right there, Clint, they ain't going to do that. They won't do like the Mandalorian Wars. I don't think that they're ever going to really cover the Mandalorian Wars. Well, I don't know. They might. Because it got some good fan base on Mandalorian, so they might do the Mandalorian Wars. But I don't think they don't want to show the Mandalorians as being the bad guys, like the real true bad guys. That's why they didn't do Boba Fett.
Bad
like
guys.
Shit, in the Mandalorian Wars, they was trying to overthrow the fucking Republic. They were the bad guys.
Well, because the Republic looked weak. I'm sorry.
No, it's because a Sith Lord told the Mandalore that he used Jedi or Sith mind tricks and convinced him that he could win. And then Revan came in and they fucked their asses up. And then Revan turned to the dark side, and then they mind wipe Revan to get him back to the fucking light side.
Dude, you're just spoiling the plot. Now they're never going to make a movie.
Shit. Why, the movie would still be great. Like, I would love to see that book into a movie. Like, dude, that shit would be awesome. That would be like one of the best things ever to see. And it's crazy because they've been talking about Revan before the sequel trilogy came out. Dude, the sequel trilogy came out, what was it, 99? No, it wasn't 99.
Yeah,
no, it wasn't. It was like
97.
No, it wasn't 97 because I think 99 is when Phantom Menace came out.
Yeah, I'm thinking. 99. No, I'm doing my math.
When did the
1999 is when Phantom Menace came out.
Yeah, we're talking about the sequel trilogy.
Oh, the sequel trilogy? Fuck, who cares about it? It's irrelevant.
I guess you got to put Star Wars in there for it to understand what you're talking about.
2015.
I put when the sequel trilogy came out, a whole bunch of them fucking popped up.
The Force Awakens came out in 2015.
Okay, so 7 years ago, and they was talking about it before then. I swear they've been talking about doing Revan for like 10 years or longer. Yeah, remember hearing this shit.
We all wanted to see Revan before we wanted to see the sequel. I will tell you that.
I don't even think they should have made a sequel trilogy. They should have just left it where it was at.
I agree.
But
we're here now.
So if it came out in 2015, it was before that. It's about to be 2023. So that's 8 years. I know it's been at least 10 years or longer that they've been talking about Revan and Keanu Reeves playing Revan. So why can't we just get it? Like, just fucking use the book. Jesus Christ, it's not that hard. Use the book. You already got a script. The book is amazing. Like, write the script based on the book. That's it. Here you go. Let's film this. Give you $20 million because you're Keanu Reeves. You know what I'm saying? It's like really pissing me off that they're not doing this, and I don't understand why. Shit, like, I don't know, man. Just imagine John Wick being a Jedi, just whacking people and just doing dope shit. You know what I'm saying?
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I have an emergency that popped up, and I need to leave like now. I really fucking hate to say it, guys. I wanted to keep talking about this, but some things
Go
went
take
on
care of
and
what you gotta take care of. Get off the.
I just thought I'd get an
Go
explanation before I
unclog
be
that
like,
toilet, CJ. We know the shit's important. Go.
it's
hurry.
not for work, but fine. It's family issues. I guess maybe a toilet's involved. I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Like I said, my episode rating was an 8.5. Love you guys.
Okay.
All right, we'll
Good
holler
luck.
at you.
Good luck. Maybe pushed it a little too hard, but it's okay.
Yeah, there's a. Nah, I don't know. This episode was dope. There's a lot of stuff that I think that Disney could do to make Star Wars even doper. And honestly, I just can't wait for it to happen. I can't wait to see what they're gonna. Because if they keep on this path, because Andor, dude, I like the cosmetics. I like the way it looks. I like the grittiness of it. I like the realism of it. That back pressure got too much. Hey, what's going on, Leonardo? But I really, the episode, I don't know, just all of Andor it's refreshing. It is so refreshing to get away from that big boom, like fucking over the top, just CGI. Just to see real shit happening, it's just refreshing. I don't even know. I don't even have the words to describe how appreciative I am about how things is going right now. And if Star Wars can stay on this, that's like I said with the rating system. If they can get a better rating system where they can rate shit properly, then I think then they would know. They would know what to create. They would say, okay, the fans like this. Let's do more stuff like this. Instead of saying, oh, but then, you got to be honest. The truth about it is it all depends on the demographic. It really does. Because Boba Fett, I didn't really care for it. But kids loved it. Like the 14 and 19-year-old crowd loved that. And they rated it high. They went in and rated. And they rated it high. That's why it got such high ratings. Everybody our age, or true Star Wars fans, like people that are really in depth into Star Wars, they were like, what is this crap, man? What is going on? You know what I'm saying? So it all depends. So it's I guess it would be very hard to figure out what is the truth about it. Because I'm almost positive they're going to do a Book of Boba Fett season 2. I'm almost positive they are. Because it got good ratings. And it was being rated by the kids that was at, the 14. Well, I would even probably say up to 25 because I was talking to a dude the other day. He was 22 and he said he loved Boba Fett. And I was like, what the? And he was explaining what he loved. I was like, so you just loved all the CGI and action shit. What was the story about? That's what I asked him. I said, what was the story about? And he was like, what story? What do you mean? Because there ain't no story. There wasn't no story. There was just CGI and action.
But yeah, it was. I'm really happy with where it's going. I think it's, dude. I think it could. I think it has potential to be better than Mandalorian, but I know that's unpopular.
I don't know, because Mandalorian was kind of like what made Mandalorian so good, because it was like a cross between what we have this and Star Wars. Like this is like, other than the blasters and what I'm saying, it's not really like the Star Wars that we're used to. Yeah. It's really not. And I think that's what's refreshing about it, because it's not like the Star Wars that we're used to. It's something new. But at the same time, a Mandalorian was like a good blend of both. It was like this, and you still got the Star Wars feel from it. Because you don't really, other than the couple of scenes where, they're flying through space, or they're, the TIE fighters popping up. It's not really Star Wars-y. It's kind of like something different. It's more like Rogue One was like at the beginning of Rogue One. You know, Rogue One wasn't really Star Wars feeling. It felt kind of different than Star Wars. It wasn't until the end where you got that Star Wars type of feel when you're looking at the Death Star plans and, you know, and they're flying and the ships and the battles and, you know, that type of stuff. And the droids and stuff came into it a little bit more. That kind of made it more Star Wars. So that's why Rogue One was such a good movie, and that's how the Mandalorian is. It's Star Wars, but it's still a little bit gritty, and you know what I'm saying, still a little bit toned down. It's not high CGI. Well, they got some CGI parts in it. We can't lie and say they don't, but they just got a good mix, and that's what made it really, really good. Andor's like on a different plane of existence in the Star Wars fandom or in the Star Wars, you know what I'm saying, TV series or movies or stuff like that. It's just in a different category than anything else. Because look, we've only seen, 6 or 7 aliens at all. We've seen 2 or 3 droids. Like, they didn't even have a droid on the mission. Like, how are you doing a mission without a droid? That's just weird. But there's no droids, really. You don't see no droids. I don't even think there was a droid in this entire episode. Nope, there was. The little mouse droid. Because he rolled in the little thing. That was like the only droid you've seen in the whole episode. It's different. It's different. It's refreshing that it's different. I like different. And I hope that they keep on. I hope the season keeps going the way that it is. If it keeps going on the way that it is, and the next season is all like on the same, I think they could throw a little bit more stuff to make it feel a little bit more like Star Wars, but don't take away from the essence of the show. Don't try to focus on the CGI or, you know, which I know Tony Gilroy said that he wasn't trying to use a lot of CGI. He was trying to use a lot of practical effects and real world situations and real world like scenery and background. And so far he's done a great job at that. You know, the last 3 episodes, they've been in the mountains. You know what I'm saying? They're just on the side of the hill in some mountains. So it gives that more gritty real world look. They wasn't overdone with the clothes. This was like the clothes even that the people was wearing during the thing. You know, the little cult, whatever they were, you know, it wasn't overdone, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't no big flamboyant. They was all just wearing like some normal shit that people would wear in cold weather areas. You know,
Star Wars team leader made a good point.
What?
He said it would have been nice to see at least an Imperial Protocol droid in the base. That's true. I mean, we're missing a little bit of the droids, I guess. But I guess if they're on like a far off planet where there's not a lot, maybe.
Well, you get the mouse droid because the mouse droid rolls by. You see him roll by.
Oh, really? I don't pay attention. If
you go back and watch over it, I remember seeing it. I could be wrong. I'm also freaking, my brain is fried anyway. But you see it.
Yeah, maybe this is just one of those outposts that like doesn't get any resources and it kind of sucks, you know?
Well, and also in Star Wars, a lot of people hate droids. So, but just not to see any droid, like, dude, we haven't had a whole lot of droids. There's just not a lot of Star Wars effects in it. That's what makes it kind of not really seem Star Wars.
Yeah, I want some lightsabers.
Well, not even lightsabers. You know, I would just like to see, you know, like a few more droids, some more aliens. Because it's cool to see new aliens. You know, that was one of the things I always liked about Star Wars is you have all these different, like, we're in the world. We down here fighting over skin color and shit. Just imagine being in a galaxy with all kind of different species. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that shit would be awesome to learn about new species and, you know, learn about new cultures and stuff like that. And I think Star Wars kind of gives you, you know, like how I said before on some of the other episodes, how I said that, like Star Wars gives you the ability to get away from the real world. It immerses you in like this, in this fantasy world of, you know, aliens and flying in space and all these different things. That's what makes it kind of feel like Star Wars. Andor hasn't given us that yet. They really haven't given us a whole lot of that to make you get that immersed feeling. Like you're immersed in the show because the show is just good, but they haven't gave you like that outer world experience that kind of takes you out of the everyday life of the world. we can go to the mountains and be in the same situation, live in a hut that they've been doing, and you know, living in the city and running from the law. These are all things that we can experience anyways. But we really haven't had like the big outer space part. We haven't had like a lot of different aliens, the droids and stuff like that we don't have in the everyday world. And I think that that's what it's missing. It's not making it bad. I'm not saying that it's making it bad. It just makes it different than what we're used to in Star Wars.
For me, I'm not super worried about it because like Book of Boba Fett had a bunch of Star Wars shit and it still sucked. So I'm not.
But they didn't have a
worried
story
about it. I'm
though.
Patient. Yeah, I know.
Like this has a story.
patient.
So if you had droids in there, or if you had aliens, or you had any of those things, it wouldn't be that big of a deal because the story so far has been great. You know, they're actually telling us a story of what's going on. Right. You know, they're basically the story is telling us that the rebels are trying to do things. This is in a beginning stage, and what's his face is really trying to get Andor to join with the rebels because he knows what type of valuable person he is. He's not a person that's scared to kill. He will kill for the right reasons because you got to think about it. Every time he killed somebody, the dude was, you know what I'm saying, they attacked him. He was going to go to prison. I got to get rid of the witness. Boom, done. You know, then this time he killed the dude for, you know, thinking about robbing the rebellion. Like, dude, we just did this for the rebellion, even though I'm not a rebel. But it shows that even though he killed the dude, he went in there, he gave back what's his face's holocron, or not holocron, but kyber crystal. He gave her back the kyber crystal and said he's just taking his money. The 200,000 credits that he was promised. He ain't taking the rest of it. The rebellion can have that. He's just taking that. So he still has morals. And I think that's what what's his face likes about him. Because he knows he got a good heart. But he's willing to do whatever it takes to get where he needs to be at. You know, and that's something that the rebellion needs. They need people that, you know, got good morals, but at the same time is going to do what's necessary to conquer the empire. Right. And I don't think that Andor knows that that's who he is yet. He just does it. It's natural for him. I don't know. It's really refreshing to see something different. I just, like I said, the only thing that I'm kind of missing is that immersity where I'm immersed into the Star Wars world. You know, you see the droids, you see the creatures you've never seen before, new aliens and stuff like that. Because George is real big into that. George was into like every one of the movies. He tried to introduce new aliens, so you could be like interested in those. Like, well, oh, who is that dude? You know, I want to know more about that alien. You know, what species is them from? And I think that's what Andor is lacking. Not that it's bad, because it's a really good episode, it's a really good season, really good show. I just think it's lacking that Star Wars, like what makes it Star Wars. And hopefully it's going to come more into that, because now we've seen that the doctor dude, the four-armed doctor dude, that's a brand new alien. I think they're going to introduce more stuff. They got to go to different planets now. They're going to have to go to where the rebellion is at, or where the main... And I think this is where we might see Ahsoka or some of the other characters, because now they got to take this money somewhere. They're not taking it back to Coruscant to give it to Mon Mothma. They got to take it somewhere else. So wherever they're taking it to, I think we might be more immersed into that Star Wars type of world. My bad. I just got to talking, guys. I haven't been looking at the chat. Let's see what y'all been saying.
They like seeing the native pilgrimage. Would have been nice to see protocol droids. Where does Andor go from here?
Honestly, I think that it's going to go, like I said, they're gonna wherever they're gonna deliver this money to. I think that's going to be more immersive into the Star Wars galaxy. It's going to have some aliens there because the Rebels is starting to form together. We might see Ahsoka or somebody else is leading this band of small rebellion. Could go to the Rebels from, you know, Hera and them. It could go there, or it could go to Santo, Commander Santo, for them to buy more ships or something like that. I think it's going to be something that's going to draw in other people or other parts of Star Wars in together from here, and then they're going to do something big by the 12th episode. because there's 12 episodes in the season, right? So I think they're. I think CJ was right. I think they're going to build up. They built up 6, boom, got the money. Now they'll build up 6 to do something real big for, against the Empire at this time. Depending on where it's at, it could be at Lothal. It could be, somewhere that the Rebel fleet shows up in Rebels, kind of immersing Rebels and Andor together, or it could be, just something else. Right now, I really don't know what it's going to do. I think that's one of the things that's exciting me, because usually I can figure things out pretty simply, but with Andor I can't, because it's been really, really hard to figure out exactly how things is going to play out. Usually I can follow a story and be like, all right, this is what's going to happen. I know that they're going to go take the money back. We know just from putting things together that Andor joins the Rebels. So I think this book has something to do with it, the journal. I think he's going to read it in the next episode. He's going to start reading parts of it, and he's going to be like, that's what's going to kind of get him to join the rebellion. It's going to push him in that direction. I mean, but them is basic things. Where the actual story is going to go, I have no idea. I really don't know what's going to happen. I know them things, them is some small parts, but I don't know I would love to see the Mon Mothma dinner.
I want to see more of, because Mon Mothma is up there preaching before the Senate, but nobody's even listening to her. So
they walked out.
Yeah, I want to know what the fuck is going on over there. Are they just I just don't get it. Are they just being paid off by the Emperor, or do they have they lost faith in the Senate? I want to know what's going on.
I want to know more of Mon Mothma's story, because you got to think about it. In Rebels, she just pops up. We know that she's talking against the Rebels or talking against the Empire because of Rebels, and then she pops up. But I want to know, how does she get to that point?
Right.
And I want to know what happens to her husband and her daughter, because they're not in the episode. They're not in the Rebels episodes. So I'm like, what happened? Did they get killed? Did they say, fuck you, I don't want to have nothing to do with you, and leave her? Because you've seen in the last episode, Mon Mothma and her husband and her daughter they were kind of dicks to her. So I would like to know more about that. And hopefully in the next 6 episodes, they'll show us. I want to see the dinner. Maybe it's this dinner. There's a lot of different things coming on that just were. I just want to see. I want to see where it's going to go.
I do too. I'm excited to see where it's going to go, though.
Yeah, me too. That's one thing I'm excited, and coming from a person that when they said they were going to do an Andor series, I said, "What the? I don't even want to watch this shit." And that's one of the best
all
things.
of us too.
Because we was all kind of they're an Andor series. Who cares about Andor? Dude, Rogue One, he died. Shit, we know what happens. Why are you making a series about it? And now it's turning out to be one of the best series that they've done.
Yeah.
So it's very exciting. Dang, Leonardo's just dumping in here. Let's see. Just wait. It'll get better. And I'm curious what Mon Mothma separates from the Senate. Yep, I'm about that.
I want to see Akbar join Mon Mothma. Yes.
Yeah, I would love to see Akbar in here. That would be good. Or the other dude that's in Rogue One. That's not Akbar, the browner one. The browner fish dude. Whoever he was.
Yeah.
I can't remember what his name is. Star Wars team leader said, I'm excited but worried. I am kind of worried that that the first 6 episodes was the real peak, and then it gets worse, because we've seen some Star Wars not some Star Wars, but some Disney movies do that. The first half of the Disney movie be real good, and the second half be like, what the hell? What the hell happened to the movie? So I'm a little bit worried about it, but I don't know. Tony Gilroy and the writers that did this, I think, because they wrote 24 episodes before they started filming. From what I read, which I could be wrong, reading shit off a line, you never know. But if they wrote all 24 episodes, they basically wrote a book. So they have the whole story plot already plotted out.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? So I think that they're on. If they keep on, the story keeps progressing, then it's going to be good. Because we all know that it progresses all the way up to Rogue One. There's only going to be 2 seasons, and it goes all the way up to where we see in Rogue One. So it'll lead right into that. That was like one of Tony Gilroy's what he wanted to do with it. So, and from all the things that I've read, he wanted it to be different. Oh, another thing that I didn't like, I hate the fucking fact, and this is about the whole series. Why the hell do they gotta have a damn different freaking theme song for every? Whoever thought that this was a good idea was an idiot. Like, we're gonna do this.
Like
we're gonna have a
theme song.
Have you noticed that every episode has a different theme? Like the beginning theme and the end themes, they're all different. Like, why do we need 20 different damn themes? Like 24, 48 different themes if you got a different beginning theme and a different end theme in the music for all the episodes. Like, every episode is different. Why would you do that? Like, that just doesn't make sense. I want to hear one thing and then I know that's Andor. Work. Oh, man, that's Andor's theme song. You can't even say this is Andor theme song. There's 48 of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't keep up with that, but it's too many. That's one thing I did like. I don't know why every episode got to start off and finish with a different damn theme. Like, dude, just that shit is crazy. Like, I don't get that. I don't like it. But, you know, it's different. I just don't like it. Some people might love it. Like, oh, we got 48 different songs for Andor. Yeah, that's great. Great for memes. Great for TikTok. Sucks for when you're watching it because I want to hear one theme. Like, when you hear the Empire Strikes Back theme, when you hear the Imperial March, you know what it is. When you hear this theme, you know what it is. You just know right then. You know what movie it came from. You know. 48 songs for one. It might be 24. Yeah, 24 times 2. That's 48. That's 48 of them damn things. Like, dude, why would you? That's just stupid. Why would you do that? That's one thing I didn't understand. But I don't know. I'm liking it. I'm appreciating it. I'm excited. I'm excited for Tales of the Jedi come out right here pretty soon. What, a couple weeks? I just wish they would have done them longer. They're only like 15 minutes a piece. That kind of sucks.
Really?
Yeah. They're short. They're like, it's like 6 shorts. It's like 3 that has to do with Ahsoka and 3 that has to do with Dooku.
Just because of that, I feel like they're going to be bad. Like, there's no way you can get a good story going and finish it and have action and have story all in 15 minutes.
I think it's going to be kind of like flash action, like flash pictures, and then somebody talking or narrating or something, like just quick little, 5, 6 second, 10 second, like shorts all shoved together in a 12, 15 minute episode. I don't remember. I think it's 15. I think they're 15 minutes. But I'm like, I agree. I just don't think that they could tell a good story in that short amount of time. Even 45 minutes, because if there's 3 episodes and I think they're releasing them like they did Visions all at the same time, all 6 of them at the same time. Leonardo said, Morgan Freeman. It's possible. You never know. Be like I feel like, dude, 15 minutes. I've seen YouTube videos of describing a character longer than that.
I know.
Like, dude, what are y'all doing? But, I mean, it's more content, so I'm not complaining. It's more Star Wars content. You got a Star Wars shirt on that says Jedi on it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Jedi Master.
Bitch.
Look at you. Look at Garrison's coming up on his Star Wars gear. I got
swag.
My wife said I can't wear Star Wars shirts out no more because everybody comes and talks to me about Star Wars when we're going out. And she was like, yeah.
She doesn't like it.
She don't like it. She was like, dude, everybody fucking talks about. Everybody wants to talk about, like, we in Walmart in a line, and the lady's like, oh, I love Book of Boba Fett, and blah, 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 blah. We're just standing in a line. The cashier is just talking to us. She's not even ringing out the shit. She's just talking to me about the Book of Boba Fett.
She's like, Kyle, you're too friendly. Fuck it off.
Shit. I just like Star Wars.
All right. Well, anything else?
No, I think that's about it. I think we covered everything that we had to cover in the episode and a whole bunch of other shit. And every single thing, like, literally, like, look, I'm like looking at the news right now for under Star Wars news. It
There's
says,
like nothing, bro.
dude, it's Andor Episode 6 Star Wars Easter eggs explained. Star Wars Andor, all Easter eggs in Luthen's real collection.
Bro,
Andor
mine's still
Star Wars
popping up
shows
Andor
latest
Episode
through a pretty
5,
good
too.
Jones Easter. Everything is well, it would help. Let me see if there's anything. Let me go over to the news. Let me go to a couple news things just in case anything.
Dude, I was looking and I scrolled back all the way to when they're announcing episode 5. Like, there's been nothing.
Oh, Jar Jar Binks. Nobody cares about Jar Jar Binks. Mandalorian and Grogu, Star Wars Fire TV stick. I don't care about that. I got Disney Plus, so I just watch it on Disney Plus. I don't need to. It's all Kevin Smith. Yeah, there's nothing really on here. There's nothing really on here. I don't see anything. Andor, and like a few other posts. Yeah, there ain't much for news today. You know, I think the only news that I really care about anyway, because I want Keanu to play freaking Revan. I don't care about the rest of this shit. Like it says related topics when you search Star Wars news, it says Andor news. Because that's what everybody's talking about. Because Andor is dope. All right, guys, I guess we're gonna go ahead on and wrap this up. We will see you guys Saturday. Hopefully we have a guest. I'm not gonna get my hopes up too much because we've had a couple cancel. So if they show up, they show up. If they don't, they don't. We'll still have a great thing, a great show as always. Thanks everybody for joining us. May the force be with you. Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to LSR. If you've enjoyed the show, consider subscribing so you can be notified when new episodes are released. If you would like to be a guest on the show or just want to give us some feedback, feel free to email us. You can also reach out to us on all major social media platforms. Lightsaber Radio is produced by Pickfilm Media and is a Swaycast original, starring Garrison Turcotte, CJ Elliott, and Kyle McDaniel. And don't forget to join us next time for more adventures in a galaxy far, far away.